Regular Show, one of Cartoon Network's most popular shows of the last decade. It ran 8 seasons, consisting of 244 episodes, 16 shorts between September 2010 to January 2017. This show was a huge part of our childhoods. I vividly remember first watching the show when I was 4 or 5 years old, seeing Mordecai and Rigby having fun with their adult lives and them slacking off in their jobs most of the time, pissing Benson off in the show. Basically the highlight of it. It was so funny and entertaining to watch. When we were so much younger, we were rooting for Mordecai and Rigby because we all thought Benson was a prick. But as we got older, we started to sympathize with Benson. We started to show sympathy for Benson because of the pain that he goes through when Mordecai and Rigby have not caught up with what he has told them to do, which stresses him out. I mean, at least he is trying to help out with them anyway, so why they hate on him? Because as you can see, he actually cares about them. There were some of these episodes where Mordecai was dating Margaret, then broke up with her, then was dating CJ. Yeah, that shit was a mess. We are not going into that. Anyway, there comes June 2024. 7 years after the show initially ended its run, a time where I was prepared for the mock GCSE exams, and I was doing them, as well as the fact that I was in my NG phase, also not getting into that. All of a sudden I will come back from school, I will find out during the event of the NSCE International Animation Film Festival. Warner Brothers Discovery out of nowhere announced the revival of this show along with 2 more Adventure Time spin-offs. I wonder when they are going to release it. Seems like almost 2 years later they don't have a release date yet, or it's just me. It sucks that Close Enough still ain't making a comeback anytime soon. It would have been better to release that along with the regular show revival, but David Zaslav has to be a total dickhead about original projects. So basically, it is what it is in this day and age of the animation industry. The revival is titled Regular Show The Lost Tapes. It looks like all we need to know about it is that Pops makes an appearance in it, even though he died in the regular show finale just to sacrifice himself to save the world, which I guess was one of the saddest moments in the show. I remember seeing this, and as a kid it gave me chills. I almost forgot to mention that Pops is still dead, but he's in heaven, which is very intriguing to us as it brings us to the events of the first episode of the show, where he gets up at 6 in the morning, drives his sledges, greeting some random people in the afterlife. We even see a return to his evil brother that was defeated in the finale just for him risking his life to save the day, as I already mentioned, which is weird to see, but it's cool I guess. At least it creates more anticipation, so it's worth the credit for alone. On his journey to his home in the afterlife, he collects some fast food, plays in some arcade games, sliding on the rope on air, plays sports, and then he uses a parachuter to arrive to his place. It's nice to see that he is having fun, because ironically enough he opens up the regular show tape showing footage from the original run of the show, which gives us many nostalgic memories that we cherished in our childhoods, where we had freedom and there was nothing to worry about. As soon as he rewrites just so he can replay footage of the tape that shows clips from the old show, it malfunctions, then it breaks apart. Guess he uses sellotape to stick together these parts together, I guess, which causes havoc for him. So yeah, this is basically where it transitions into the actual plot of the episode. I should say segments because the full episode is 22 minutes, but I'm obviously covering the whole episode since that's what has been released so far. In the next few minutes of the episode, he searches throughout random places to see if they have provisions to fix up the tape. But nope, they don't until he goes to this one store that has a collection full of VHS tapes, just so that he can actually find the room where he finds VHS tape he wanted. He begs the guy, almost choking him. And yeah, I almost forgot to mention that he He gives up refixing the tape anyway, since he has tried many options but they don't work. So yeah, you obviously know where this is going for the rest of the episode. He enters inside some abandoned area of tapes, finds the item he wanted until he trips down and almost falls down all over it. A random guy named Mr. Barry Sliceman grabs him from his inevitable fall, saving his life in the afterlife in the process. I guess this counts as a reference to the actual finale of the show. This is cool because things are going to get more interesting here. The individual introduces himself to Pops. He also has to find his own memory tape, but Pops regardless needs his own memory tape, so he tempts him to help him on his mission. Random machinery full of tapes, don't know how to describe it, is being summoned up. This gives us the implication that Pops and this guy are in trouble, and they may wait for some chaos on their mission, making things more difficult for them. If you enjoyed the catastrophic events that occurred in the original one on the show, you will love the comment scenes of this full episode. Random pilots that are in charge of the work that is done in their room are told to jam to random memory tapes, including Pops and Bar's license. It's basically like they are proceeding to waste the memory of their tapes, and also they are being punished to have their tape memories removed since they are not allowed in the room in the first place. As soon as they proceed to erase data from the tape, Pops uses the telescope, finds a box that could consist of the tapes he wanted and may seem impossible for them to collect, but then a pilot gets distracted by ice lollies on the floor, so tells the individuals that they can have some. This shit is so fucking hilarious, man. These people are so silly. Instead of carrying gun in their job, they're licking ice lollies from the floor. What a bunch of dumbasses. Lucky for them, the coast is clear for Pops to collect his so-called lost tapes. Due to that being their fixation, Bar's memory tapes get removed. He still isn't mad at Pops about it, so basically he has made a sweet sacrifice for him. Basically he has made a great sacrifice for him. Kinda reminds me of the regular show finale for flip's sake. Please stop this shit, no one wants to be flirting here. How do we keep on getting oh, okay, whatever, it's a continuation of the regular show finale anyway. It is set after the regular show finale, so it makes sense that having these references. The only thing they can do so that Pops can be able to collect his lost tapes is for them to hurry up. He gets granted the word for word, a glow-in-the-dark non-branded flying disc to escort him back home. He enters back to his place on the afterlife safe and sound, opens up the tape and inserts it on his VHS player, which you obviously know from the trailers and leaks that it opens up a key to the actual episode of the revival, because it's titled quote-unquote Lost Tapes, which makes this very imaginative at the time, which is an ultimate good sign for the rest of the series to come. After this great take back, we add the reminders of the serialized adventures of the later seasons of regular show. We have a feeling of satisfaction to hold beginners as the next segment unfolds, granting us more hype for the revival itself. The next segment is titled Skips Lue. How do you pronounce it? Lue. That's how I pronounce it. I don't know how to. Like, it's so fucking difficult to pronounce. The episode starts off with them driving the cart, empty trust and drug that only Benson told them to do. Their plan is that once they are finished with their chore, they go back to Lawyer Town. Meanwhile, Skips is preparing burgers. Benson accompanies him with the pre-cooking. One guy made this crap up. He shows off his motorcycle and he starts yapping until Mordecai and Rigby crash. Benson is pissed off with them as usual. He tells them they must find a vehicle that doesn't contain any wheels on their way to Lorry Town or whatever it is called, or he will sack them off his job. seems very interesting. In the middle of them struggling in their job, Mordecai thinks of collecting pineapple burger, which we will get into towards the end of the episode where the chaos unfolds. They find a piece of yogurt from the trash, saying that they ended to send in 600 pudding tubs for a free hovercraft, which means they get the opportunity to build a vehicle that doesn't contain wheels. How fun is that? Mordecai has the big idea for this one, which is agreed on. Once they find all the yogurt tubs they require, it is revealed that they have been lied to, or maybe that they are blind. At least the mayor worker gives them a plan for us. That's what it says in the packaging. Like, bro, even when I watched this episode, I wasn't expecting in that, it's actually quite funny, to be honest. Especially in the false advertising joke. We need more humor like this. Anyway, they managed to build a hovercraft themselves. The FBI hears sightings from it, so they start looking for backup in order to prevent them from their journey. I guess it could be dangerous to them, or that it requires robust machinery. Not really sure about that one, but can you assholes just stop preventing Mordecai and Rigby if about this having fun for one fucking second, because this is the first episode of the revival and the stakes are already getting way too higher than what we expected. Meanwhile, Benson tries raising up some sexy lady because this show is running throughout the early 2020s. Skips gets given pineapple so he can be able to cook the pineapple burgers. Once Mordecai and Rigby throw away the trash, they set off on their journey to look. You can see that the hungry asses can't be waiting to demolish the pineapple burgers. That isn't until some pilots mistaken them as idiots. Then of course they are soon targeted. Like, what the hell did they do? Why are they threatening them? Again, there's such a bunch of pricks, honestly. They should be spending time doing something more important than just chasing after some blue jay and some a squirrel or a skunk, no, a raccoon. Yeah, what the hell am I saying? Meanwhile, as Skips is in the middle of cooking the pineapple pizza, Muscleman shoots missile, making things worse for Mordecai and Rigby on accident. Will we see the actual last of them? Is this revival all for nothing? They crash land anyway and they managed to survive their fall. Haha, you really thought they were going to die? How fucking silly of you viewers. Apparently the pilots find out that they are not idiots. They are just quote-unquote two dudes in weird suits. Like, for fuck's sake, man, they are animals, not human beings. Are they stupid boomers? If anything, these people are drunk on LSD. Because why else would they be seeing visions of human Mordecai and Rigby, doghouse and the hot lady bake out after the hot lady cuts her head with beds, finds out motorcycle is broken. He immediately is pissed off and tells Mordecai and Rigby to fix the mess that has been caused. I guess they caused it partially, so it makes sense.
Totally.
I love the typical regular show badness. It's what makes up for a revival that doesn't quite hit the same heights as the original, yet still captures enough of that chaotic energy, dumb luck and random insanity to remind you why the show actually worked in the first place. Even when the plot fails all over the place, the sheer stupidity of everything happening somehow loops back around to being entertaining. Overall, this revival is way better than what we expected, and due to it being great at best, it makes us craving for more of these nostalgia trip adventures the rest of the revival. There's not really much to say, but this really is a tremendous sign for the rest of the regular show revival, as it brings hope for the long-time fans of the show, potentially even bringing in a new generation of fans. What do you guys think of the revival? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I already made an update community post, so you already know where my channel is going to for the next few months. Sorry if I had you waiting for more than half of the year. I was busy with college and also my mental health had been fucked for like over 6 months, so I didn't have time to make videos. And yeah, partially because of that, I've not even been encouraged for a few months. Anyway, with what I said out of the way, I guess it will lead to another update video that I'll make probably around August, since I don't even have time to fill any more space or whatever I want to see here. So yeah, another update video or community post around August. I mean, not community post video. If you want to see more of my video essays, reviews, cartoon commentary videos, respect-free shows, rants, etc. that will be released in the future, go subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest uploads. It really helps out the channel. And remember, reality is depressing, the universe is purposeless. Bye, bleach, bye!